I recorded 25 minutes of footage for this video. And, but turns out, I don't know what happened, but, every time I dragged the picture into one of the tiers, it didn't pick up on it. So I'm sitting here, I'm about to edit, and I just figured this out. So now I have to record almost everything over again. I love this hobby / job so much. Alright, this just shows you all the effort I have to put into it. Just subscribe, please. Hey, really quickly before we get in, spoilers. Noda. Also, these are my own opinions. Just be cool with that. You know, these are my thoughts on how I perceive these. You know, you might like a character, I might not. That's fine. But yeah, just let's get into it. It's been 9 months since I've posted a Wings of Fire video. March 11th. Wow, 2,000 views. That's a lot. Wow, all these comments. Wow. Makes you think I should do another one. Well, this is the second time I've recorded this tier review video. So let's just get right into it, I guess. Second time's a charm. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's start with the Dragonet Prophecy. Now, this book is the first in the entire series, and I remember this book somewhat, pretty well. I remember reading this when I was in Okinawa. This was around the time frame of 2012 through 2014. I first, quote-unquote, read this. I was really young, and I did a book report on it. And when I say I did a book report on it, I really just slacked, and my friend who actually read the book did the book report while I just took credit for nothing. I'm sorry, Elijah. Anyways, this book does a good job setting up the world and characters. I feel like this, you know, it could have been just a little bit better, but it was done pretty well enough. It was okay, nothing too memorable, not in a bad way, but you know, it was good. I'm gonna put it in B tier.
Very good, very nice.
All right, next book is The Lost Heir. Lost Hair, however you want to say it. This book is what really got me back into Wings of Fire. Like I was saying in that 2012 to 14 time span, I don't remember quite when I read Wings of Fire, but again, I was really young. I didn't understand it. And then, I think it was around 2016, I had moved to Texas, and they had The Lost Heir in the library at my school, and I was like, oh, I remember that series. You know, I'd never really read it, so I'll reread it. The library didn't have the first one, so I picked up on the second one, and I think I can find a picture here. This is the first fan art I ever did of Wings of Fire. So this book I remember pretty fondly, kind of biased towards it. I really liked the, you know, kind of investigation / mystery feel it kind of had to it. You know, trying to figure out who's killing all these eggs and all that. And it was super entertaining. And for that, I'm going to put it in A tier.
Nice.
Again, I'm kind of biased towards it. Now let's move on to the next book. Book number 3. Not too memorable for me. I did reread this a lot because I couldn't focus. And that kind of says more about the book. It didn't really grab my attention. It didn't grab my attention towards the end, where she's facing off against all 3 queens. That part I really liked. But again, it wasn't really too memorable. I love Glory. But again, like I said, how many times? Editor, me. How many times have I said it? It's not too memorable. That's why I'm going to put it behind the first book in B tier.
Okay, let's go.
All right, book 4. This one I don't remember that much. It wasn't anything special. I thought it was cool, the whole, the alternate Dragonets of Destiny. I thought that was interesting. I like how they come back in the second arc, but it wasn't really that interesting. The whole him finding his father and all that, I felt like, that was going to be better, but it didn't turn out how I hoped. That's why I'm going to put it in C tier. Not bad, but I'm not a fan of it. Alright, and for the finale of the first arc, The Brightest Night, I think. Brightest Night. Yeah, Brightest Night. It did a fairly good job of kind of concluding the first arc storyline. I like how it was done, very smooth. I felt like it was going to be, kind of rocky. But I was pleasantly surprised, and it's a pretty good book. I like how Blaze, it was Blaze, right, survived. I was always rooting for her since we met her. But yeah, it's pretty good, and that's why I'm going to put it high B.
That is awesome sauce.
It doesn't really give me that same feel of adventure almost as The Lost Heir does. But yeah, let's move on into the second arc. With Moon Rising. This book I love to death. Before I had gotten into Wings of Fire again, I saw this book, and I was like, what the hell is that? But then, after I reread the first arc and I saw that there was another arc, I was like, oh my god, that's the book I saw once. I have 2 copies of this. I have a hardcover and soft cover. I believe that's the term for it. Paperback, that's the term. There we go.
Stupid.
This book does a pretty good job setting up the school and the initial personalities of the characters. I say initial personalities because, we get into their personalities when they get their books. And Moon herself, it was really well done. I like how the Dragonets of Destiny, they're not relied too heavily on for the plot. The scavengers from Dragon Slayer, I feel, are going to be relied heavily on in the finale for the third arc. Top right corner, you can see that video where I talk about that. Definitely go check it out if you haven't already. 2,000 of you have, so definitely go check it out. But Moon Rising is a great book, and I love it because I think the second arc is the best arc in my opinion. Whenever someone asks me, like one of my friends, like, oh, I want to read this, you're really into it, I want to try it out, where should I start? I always tell them, if you're more interested in the world and it's, everything that's happened prior, start with the first arc. But if you want to get into, the adventure aspect of it, start with the second arc. I always say start with the second arc, period. Just because I like the second arc a lot better. But that's why Moon Rising is going to go to second A.
Poggers.
Again, it doesn't... Like I said, I'm kind of biased towards The Lost Heir. I think it's a good book. Moon Rising isn't as good as that one, in my opinion. Next, Winter Turning. I'm just going to, put him there.
What the fuck he doing? Yeah.
And a lot of you are probably shouting at your screens, what the hell? I hate him so much. Well, too bad, this isn't your video. I love Winter Turning so much. I remember when I first read Moon Rising, I was like, wow, Winter is such an asshole, I hate him. But when I read this book, it changed everything for me. I love the character development. And I think Tui did a good job naming it Winter Turning, because you can really see him turning into like a better dragon / person. Just the character development is really well done, and I'm here for it. I love this book to death. I love Winter so much. You can really see how different he is at the end of the book than he was at the beginning. He realizes, wow, having friends isn't bad. I have parent issues, but You know, it's fine because I got my friends. But yeah, I feel like it's really well done. Now we are getting into Escaping Peril. I always try to rush through this book because I don't really like Peril all that much as a character. She was fine in the first arc because we barely, saw her. But having a whole book kind of for her, I just wasn't really here for it. I don't like her character all that much, like I just said. But overall, it was boring. I didn't really like how it was done, per se. I think it's just really how I don't like Peril. That's why I'm putting it in D.
These nuts. Got him!
Alright, next book is Talons of Power. Now, I had quite a lot to say about this book. This was around 5th or 6th grade. We had to do a book trailer. Basically, we had to make a movie trailer for the book. And if you look at trailers, they don't spoil the entire movie. They give you like, oh, this happens, watch the movie. And it only had to be 1 or 2 minutes long. But I love this book so much that I made a 5-minute long movie about the book. And I don't say movie trailer because I literally went into depth about everything that happened. I did voiceovers, I did animations, and this was all on Powtoon, mind you. I still got an A, but my teacher had to talk to me afterwards, and she was like, I can see you're passionate about this book, but that wasn't the assignment, but I'll still give you an A because you put all that effort into it. And I think that's just what started my love for, editing videos and the series in general. Now, Talons of Power, it's definitely S tier. I give it S tier because I love the kind of narrative where Turtle, super shy guy, doesn't really, want to amount too much. He doesn't want to be a hero, but he's end up forced to be a hero. And the whole, him having to follow Darkstalker and, investigate all of his moves and all that. I feel like that was really well done. And then his fight with an enemy, Okay,
don't hurt yourself.
That was really well done. And, it's, reading that, I was like, wait a minute. That's that vision Moon had in the beginning, where he was fighting his sister. Oh, that makes sense. He's not a terrible guy. But yeah, it's just super well done. I don't think it's higher as Winter Turning, but it's definitely S tier. You might be asking, oh, well, if you love Winter Turning so much, why didn't you make a 5-minute long movie about that? And at the time, when I was reading Winter Turning, I really didn't understand character development that much. I still kind of had that, wow, he's a butthole mentality in my head. And, it's... Shit, I lost my train of thought. I just really didn't understand character development all that much, and I didn't really take it for how it was. Wow, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, whatever. Let's just move on into the second... Wait, fuck. Let's just move on into the last book of the second arc, which is... I forgot the name. Shit, whatever. So, this book, I think, does a great job wrapping up the second arc. My favorite part of the book is the epilogue. And if you've read the epilogue, you'd know why. But, if you don't remember, this is the part of the book where it has all the ships. We see Turtle and Kinkajou. Oh, they might get together. Winter. R.I.P. my boy Winter. We see, I think it's Peril and Clay. And then, just all the ships. The classic ships, Kibble and Moon and all that. And I will go, from time to time, I'll just read the epilogue. Just because I feel like it's really well done. It's a fitting conclusion. And the climax of the book is very well put together. Try to stop Darkstalker and all that. And I'm going to give this high A tier. I just think it overtakes The Lost Heir. And because I'm kind of nostalgic towards The Lost Heir, but I feel like Book 10 just overtakes that and how well it was done. Okay, so I'm splitting this up into 2 parts. Why? Because I have over 20 minutes of footage I have to edit, and I am sure you don't want to listen to my voice for 20 minutes. So yeah, this will be part 1. More views for me, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let's just roll the outro.